Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to talk about the topic teaching of prose. The word prose is etymologically taken from the Latin word prosa oratio. It means straightforward discourse or direct speech. According to S.T. Coleridge, prose is words in their best order. The definition is very important to understand that here prose means that is related with words, sentences, paragraphs, and with these things it goes with cohesion and coherence. In the 14th century, in the age of Elizabeth, the form took place and it is an important aspect of literature. It appeals to head and it includes novel, story, essay, composition, autobiography, biography, drama, play, etc. It develops four basic communication skills. So, we have to here understand LSRW: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. After that, we have to understand the types of teaching of a prose. There are two types of teaching of prose: detailed prose lesson, that is known as intensive reading. Here we have to focus on difficult words, phrases, idioms, and while studying another type of prose that is known as non-detailed prose lesson or extensive reading. Here, one can read for getting pleasure with rapid reading. So, here we come to know that while studying a prose, we have to undergo through two types of lessons. See, there are different types of prose: essay, novel, short story, biography, composition, play or drama, etc. It also comes in the category of fiction and non-fiction work. There are some general objectives of teaching prose. First, I have quoted here the definition of Thompson and Watt, what it means. To aim at literature is to miss the way to language. Aim at language is to pave the way to literature. At both level, literal and language, we can understand the text with appropriate meaning. General objectives of teaching prose are to enable the learner to read and understand with comprehension, to enrich the vocabulary, to develop an interest in reading, to develop the habit of loud and silent reading, to help the learners to think imaginatively, to motivate for creative writing, to enable them to write correctly. To understand applied grammar and use it effectively, to be able to listen, understand, and give correct answers with confidence and fluency, to be proficient in language study, to be able to interact with others in real life situations, to learn about different contexts and cultures, to encourage the students, the learners to get the information and pleasure, to build their character and prepare for world citizenship. Here are some specific objectives of teaching prose. According to the form of prose, novel, a long narration. Here we have to get the following points to acquaint the learners with the style of writer. To enable to understand the beginning, middle, and end. See, if there is any piece of text, you have to follow the sequence. There should be the beginning, there should be middle and an end. Then every writer has his own style of writing, so the learner can get an opportunity to understand the text from different angles. Then to acquire good range of vocabulary, to develop power of imagination and creative thinking. While understanding the text story, a short form of novel, here we get an opportunity to know about different characters. So the first specific aim of story reading is that to introduce various characters, or we can say that we get an opportunity to play different kinds of roles, to teach a moral lesson, to inculcate the good values, to shape their characters, to develop the art and style of storytelling, to create interest in storytelling or reading, to enable them to compose short, interesting stories. Then the next type of prose is essay. It may be philosophical, critical, historical, personal. The objectives of this kind of teaching would be to get the information, to develop the imaginative power, to think critically, to bring out creative writing, and enable the learners to arrange the ideas in a systematic way, to be able to reach or to use the vocabulary correctly, appropriately in different contexts. While talking about composition and art, expressions, thoughts, ideas, and observations. Here we get an opportunity to express our thoughts, feelings about the particular topic, and we can use our five senses and go deep, go dwell into the related subject. To develop the imaginative power, to think critically, to bring creative writing, to enable the learners to arrange the ideas in a systematic way, to be able to use a rich vocabulary, to be able to write correctly. These are some specific objectives of teaching composition. Then, while coming towards drama, or we can say play. Play is a short form, presents facts, imaginary dialogues through performance before an audience. Here, we have to understand some specific objectives of teaching drama or play. To introduce various characters, to make aware of dialogues and the usage of language in a natural way. It encourages the learners to play different roles, to develop accent, pronunciation of words, intonations, etc. And more importantly, it will help to build their characters. Specific objectives of teaching of biography. First, the form was used by the well-known writer Dryden. He used this term first time. It is a story or history of someone's life. It aroused the curiosity about great people, to acquaint the learners with lives and works of great personalities, to present various characters, to set a role model in front of the learner, to show them the path of character building. Here are some specific objectives of autobiography. It means life history of one's own. One can write about his or her own life and work. The first objective is that to arouse the curiosity about the great people, to acquaint the learners with lives and works of great personalities, to present characters, to set a role model or an icon in front of the learners to show them the path of character building. Now, I'm going to talk about the important components of teaching prose. Here, we have to understand what is motivation. See, while understanding any text, we have to go through the meticulous observations. One can start his or her speech by quoting some questions, then telling anecdotes or asking some questions, and there should be the beginning, middle, and end. And you have to motivate the students through telling these things, the facts, and some experiences of his and her. Then here in the classroom, while teaching, we have to see the background, the previous knowledge or the previous background of the learners, and then you can teach them as per their level. In introduction, we have to tell them the stories. We have to create their interest and curiosity. Then we have to see their previous knowledge or their background knowledge, and use material aids. If you use technology while teaching, it will be effective, and the learners can understand better. And then you can use flashcards, cards, then posters while teaching. These material aids will help the learners to understand the text. And the statement of aim is that the learner should understand everything with their clear and creative things. Then, while talking about presentation, model reading by the teacher. Here, the teacher is a role model for the learners, and he should read aloud with correct pronunciation, pitch, intonation, accent, etc. So, here the learner can get the practice of oral things, or he can understand the pronunciations and verbal communication. And loud reading by the learners. After reading of the teacher, the learners are allowed to read the same text loudly, and the teacher will correct them at the same time, and it will help them to improve their vocabulary. Now, the second aspect of component of teaching prose is that recapitulation. Here we have to remind the whole topic. We have to ask some questions, what we have understood from the lesson, and what are the objectives. Here the students will get the whole idea of the entire topic. Then evaluation. How can we evaluate the students? Through these type of questions. Sometimes we can ask them fill in the blanks, match the following, change the noun in pronoun, or complete the lines, then translate the passage into vernacular language, give the synonyms, antonyms for the practice, give words to make sentences, and we can ask them to write the summary of the given lesson in their own words. I hope all of you have understood the information about how to teach the prose. Thank you.